Hey, you guys, it has been a hot moment where I've talked planner stuff. I look rough, yes. I don't want to say that is on purpose, but I have been cleaning windows, staging my house, doing laundry, and getting all the things done. Because the boys come home tomorrow, so I try to get the house like just baseline and center before they get home, only to know that it's going to get equally as messy. Like 10 minutes in, anybody that's got kids, you know what I'm talking about. But I wanted to hop on real quick and share some things with you guys. So I share in bits and pieces about just the last 5 years, what has been going on. Several of you guys have actually followed me for years, like when I was married, and have now seen, I don't know, the progression, the digressions of what that entails. I don't want to go into too much detail, just because, the last 5 years, without a doubt, something I think that has been the absolute hardest thing to accept is how people support and to a large extent endorse abusive behaviors. That I will say, and I can say that very factually. It has been that part is a trauma in itself. So the last several years, even though the divorce has been finalized for numerous years, the family court in and out continues to very much be happening. I have been a pro se litigant now for 2 years, a little over 2 years. And to say that it is getting easier, it doesn't get easier. I get exhausted trying to counterbalance how you do pro se litigant work, in essence representing yourself against somebody that has unlimited pockets in reality, and them able to have legal counsel has been something very hard for me because, oftentimes people say, well, just leave it alone, let it go. And it's like, A, you can't let it go because there's children involved, and B, you can't just let it go because then there's a whole bunch of other ramifications involved if you do choose to let it go. So you're really in a rock and a hard spot. But with that said, I decided to hop on. I've got a Poshmark store. I've had it for years and years and years. Just anytime that I would have something like miscellaneous that I need to sell off or whatever, I would put them there. I just added some things into my shop, some dresses that don't fit me, and like a jacket that I never wore and a shirt that I don't wear. And I sell my planners on there from time to time, but that's what I wanted to hop on here for today. I decided, why not give you guys first dibs at some of the planners that I am going to be putting in the different areas, so that if any of you guys want some of my planners, you're welcome to have them. What the proceeds of the planners will be going to, and I'm going to give everybody the option. There are some terminologies that you can very much look up. So post-separation abuse, coercive control, legal abuse. Feel free to research those if you would like to. And what I will say is those are very much relevant to my situation. So the reason why I'm selling some of these planners is not because I want to. I would love to just keep them on my shelf and use them whenever I would like. However, I'm not in that situation anymore where I can do those things. So the planners that I am selling will be going towards the proceeds to help pay a judgment. So on Monday last week, the 23rd, I had trial to address some of his things. I actually ended up just stopping trial and said, just give him whatever he wants. At this point, just give it to him, because we weren't able to address my things until a later date. So with that said, the judgment is for child support. So we're 50-50 for joint legal decision making. And I've been paying child support and the boys' health insurance. So with that said, for years, truly years, I've been trying to get the courts to reassess that number because I shouldn't be paying the child support. Nonetheless, I thought it was just very cut and dry before I got involved with family court this way. I just assumed you show black and white proof and you show it and then things get resolved. That is not the case. It really is a whole other beast that I'm not going to get involved with this video about. But Needless to say, I agreed to go ahead and pay the past due child support, even though I know I shouldn't be paying the child support. Does that make sense? But I told the judge, give me 60 days or less, and I will just get it taken care of. And I very much on the record stated, I will borrow from friends, I will sell purses, I will do whatever I need to do to get it done. The phrase I think that rattled my bones the most was the other side used the phrase that every dollar counted. They wanted the full 1632, not 1600. They said the 32 because every dollar mattered to them. Whatever. I look at these things and I look at my life, and what I will say with 10,000% certainty is I do my best to be the best possible human being that I can, to serve others, to give back when I can, to help those in need, to help friends, to do the right thing, to live with integrity and with my moral compass. That's why I've got the compass on my wrist and I've had it for a long time. So, but needless to say, you cannot change somebody that wants to have anything other than pure intention, right? And kind intention. And so I am placed in a situation where I am co-parenting this way for the next 10, 11 years. And because of that, I continue to have to make sacrifices and do what I need to do the way I need to do. I will say this. The father of my older 3 children, he and I got divorced when I was 21 from him. We had nothing close to any situation like this. I can say that he and I were very close. We had to go through a full circle, right? But we were very close. And before he passed away of cancer, the one thing he had told me is he's like, I want you to fight and fight, because in abusing you, it's abusing the children. And I need you to not stop until you fight. And you need to help with family court reform. You need to get a bill put in your name, or be so part of one that you know your name is written all over it. I have taken that to heart. I'm advocating for my children, and I am trying to get them the reprieve and the help that they need. I am trying to get this chaos to stop. But here we are, right? So now almost 7 minutes just yapping about that. But I do feel like a lot of you guys in following me over the years know that I tend to share my life story with you. So there is no filter to this. What you see is what you get. I don't know if I will cuss today or not, but I know in the past some people have felt uncomfortable with that. If I do, I apologize, and yet I don't apologize. It's who I am. But I don't know that I will today, because I don't know. I'm not really excited about selling off my planners, but I also know, with that said, that if any of you guys purchase them from my channel, to say that would give me just really amazing peace in my heart to know that somebody that loves planners as much as I do will be getting it. That's kind of cool, versus if you sell them in other places, you don't know how much somebody loves a planner or not. So all of the proceeds that I get from selling my planners is going to be going towards that $1,632, so $1,632 judgment. I'm giving people options. If you would like to purchase the planner and leave a note, my intention is that when I do pay off the judgment, if anybody would like a message just about family court reform or just any kind of memo, I do plan on putting that with the proof that I've made the payment. So if you would like to be a part of the change or would like your voice to be heard, feel free to let me know. And if you would like it just to be that you purchased the planner and it's anonymous, I am okay with that too. But I am going to do an itemized list because I don't want later down the road it being said that I'm hiding money, because that has been said that I'm a perjurer and a fraud and all kinds of things. I wish I was, because if I was a perjurer and a fraud and a criminal, I'd probably have grass in my backyard and not a dirt backyard. But whatever, everybody to their own, right? So yeah, let's get started. I got my measuring tape out so that I can show you guys some of these. The first one that I am going to be selling off is this. It's a plum purple Franklin Covey 7-ring classic size binder. It does not have any tabs. I really love this one. Things that I love about this planner, obviously classic. Those of you that have followed me know I love classic size because my handwriting, I'm lefty and my handwriting's pretty big. The rings on this one are all tight. There's no gaps in the rings. I will tell you that the ring size is going to be about 1.5. So 1.5 on those. Let me actually do it this way. There we go. Okay. Plum purple, it's canvas material. So Do you hear that? Like ASMR. Okay, so it's got the Franklin Covey thing right here. The identifier is 81448. It's got loopholes for your writing utensils. Super tight. They are not stretched out at all. I actually got this one and I never used it. So I got it because I had thought about using it and then I stayed in my Tyler binder. That one I am not getting rid of. I refuse. So, but it's got slots here. It's got 1, 2, let me actually go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 right there. It's got a pocket right here. Something I really like about this binder is because it doesn't have the snaps, you can make it as thin or as chunky as you're going to want to make it. I also love the idea just from a make it your own binder, right? I think a lot of the time you can make them your own to a certain extent, and then the other part of it, you just have to take it for what it is. I love the idea that if you wanted to get kind of crafty with it, if you will, you could get elastic bands. You could tie them on the end. So you can get those at like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or whatever. Even Etsy, I'm sure, would have some with patterns. But you can get the elastic bands, tie them in a little knot, and then just put it over there. And then your purple, you can do spring, you can do St. Patrick's Day, you can do Christmas, you can do whatever, but it's your own little like way of making it your own. Does that make sense? So this binder right here, I'm going to go ahead and I will be selling this one for $40. So let me know if you would like it. And then whatever the cost of shipping is. So 40 plus shipping. And then you can send me a message. I'll put my contact information in the description box so that if you are interested in any of them, it will be on a first come, first serve. But I am more than happy to get these out fairly quickly because there is a post office not far from my house. The next one that I'm going to be doing, and I kept the stuff inside of it, but it will not be coming with what is inside of it, is a hand-stitched leather tee. This is tobacco leather. They actually do not sell tobacco leather anymore. It is done, but I have had this one for years. So you will notice that it has been loved, but not mistreated. Does that make sense? The pocket is still very much tight, very much intact. I didn't use the pockets a whole lot because I didn't want to stretch them out. The rubber band, the elastics right here is all original. And you can see just really good condition. The leather is really good condition too. The pocket, again, tight. And then I have the back, actually has the Stitch logo. Tight. This one right here. So what I have got in it, to give you an idea of like just the space, I put these, like the insert that can hold like business cards or credit cards, whatever, the slot right here. This is the standard travel size notebook. One. So this has a total of 1, 2, 3, there's four notebooks, and it fits perfectly content in there, happy as a clam. It could fit more if you wanted to fit more because of the elastic. So that makes me feel like in the airplanes, you know, when you fit the mask over. Anyways, randomness for today. But there's that. So it can fit up to the 4 notebooks. It has all the original bands in it, so I won't be taking those out. So you can do with them or take them out, whatever you would like. But the stitching looks great. I'm going to go ahead and do measurements for you guys on this one. So again, it'll fit the standard travel size notebook, but the dimensions themselves, because I have been asked about that, it is about 8.5 inches by 10. Let me see. I can actually go to the middle of this thing. Yeah, 10 inches. Let me show you real quick. There you go. Okay. Now, when you fold it, because I can do that too, because I don't know about you guys, but I like to see things when they are folded. And it bends a little bit right there just because of the rubber bands, but it'll straighten out if you want it to straighten out. Okay, so this way it is, I would say 5. You can correct me if you want, but look. Start here. About 5, I would say, folded. And then, of course, this way, you're still going to be at your 8.5. slightly over, but that's because it's handmade. So 8.5.002 if you want. Okay. So there's this one right here. The hand stitched leather tee, again, tobacco leather. They do not make this one anymore. This one is, I would say, one of my expensive ones. So this one is going for $150. And again, I can put it in the mail for you. So it's $150 plus shipping wherever that needs to be. And there's that one. So we've got this one. Okay. All right. So those are going to be for this video. The next ones I'm going to be doing are a couple personal sized ones. So I've got Filofax and I got a Moterm. So I'll do those on the next video because this one's like almost damn 16 minutes. But I see you, I love you, you matter to me. And with that, I will definitely talk to you soon. I will be doing a GoFundMe link soon if you would like to get information on that. So if you would like not necessarily to buy a planner, but contribute to the cause, I would be very appreciative of that. Anything that is not used towards what I'm having to deal with litigation-wise, I will definitely be saving so that I can continue taking college courses so that I can work towards becoming a lawyer, because I do want to make change. I want to fight for family court reform and really want to continue being an advocate where I can. So anyways, I will see you on the next video. Talk to you soon. Bye.